This is the High School Crossfire. Welcome back.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. What is the problem at hand that as team government we are trying to solve? Team opposition is not understanding. The problem at hand is health. And that is what as team affirmative we are trying to solve. That is why we are mainly centering on the medical sector. And we are saying, for goodness sake, as team government, we love our people. We love our country. And that is why we are not making the possession of these drugs free to everyone. But we are limiting it only to the medical sector. Now, let me start by what the previous speakers just asked. Aren't there other alternatives, right? Then if there are other alternatives, why do you go to India for medication? It is simply because you become rich as a country and you do not want to use, I'll take you later, sir. You do not want to use what you already have, and plus it's protected time. You do not want to use what you already have in order to make your health better. But we are saying we are going to allow the possession of these drugs only and only for the medical sector so that they can provide the medicines that can treat our people. Now, we say we are benchmarking with India because India, it is proven that India has the best health facilities, and that is why most of the people run to India for medication. But they've become flexible and they've agreed to use these drugs in order to make medicine that is going to treat the people. They talked about the harm reduction strategies, I'll take you later, but we are saying that we are going to reduce the toxins in these drugs for treatment. We also say that we are going to license only and only the medical sector for them to access these drugs in order to get the medication of the various diseases. And then the first negator came here and asked and talked about addiction, dependence, and the treatment issue. Ladies and gentlemen, are you going to addicted to taking a drug? Are you going to addicted to a disease? We are saying we are only using these drugs to make sure that we treat the disease that you have. So if team opposition is saying that they want to get addicted to disoclomine, it is up to them. But for us, we are saying we are only using these drugs in order to manufacture. I'll take you later. In order to manufacture medicine of our people. They are talking about dependence. There is nothing here to depend on. We are just using the drugs that are available to make sure that we get medicine for our people. Then they asked for the examples of the narcotics. We already gave you several examples. We talked about the sedative hypnotic, and that is going to induce an euthanasia. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to inform. I'll take you later, sir. I'll take you later. I would like to inform you that the moment we allow the possession of these drugs, we are going to reduce overdose, we are going to enhance the safety and the health of our people. And some of the diseases like HIV and hepatitis, they depend on these drugs, and we need to reduce these infections among our people. We are trying to boost our own pharmaceutical industries. Ladies and gentlemen, for how long shall we run to other countries to get medicine? For how long shall we spend the little money that we have in Uganda to get medicine from other countries? So why not boost our own pharmaceutical countries, for example, in Kampala, in order to save the health of our people? Now, we clashed on our definitions. I love the fact that team opposition agreed to all our definitions, and we told them that our definition for the drug was the narcotic psychotropic substance helpful in the medical sector. So if they are agreeing to it, that means they are agreeing to our entire case. And our entire case is to make sure that we save the lives of our people. We are not saying that this drug should be used by whoever it may concern. We are limiting the usage of these drugs to people that are going to save our lives. We are not saying that these drugs should be used by the children. Everyone should start taking marijuana. And that is why they are debating. For us, we are saying that we are limiting the usage of these drugs only and only to the medical sector in order to save our lives. The second negator asked, how are we going to restrict the use of these drugs? We are the Ministry of Health, and we are working in partnership with the National Drug Authority to monitor the Ministry of Health to make sure that these drugs are used in the right way. I rest my case. Thank you.
The panel, dear ladies and gentlemen, August House at large, good evening. My name is Onen Henry, and I'm the third negator of this resolution. This House supports the decriminalization of drug possession and the implementation of harm reduction strategies. Now, dear panel, we are faced with team affirmatives that come and tell us they are only decriminalizing drugs to only the health sector. But they don't specify to us. So we ask them this question: who is going to supply these drugs? Because you realize that the clinics, the pharmacies, the clinics are also part of the medical sector. So any clinic you find in the town is going to supply these narcotic drugs to the people. They fail to clarify that to us. And they come and tell us that they are not because they're going to give it in, they're reducing the toxin levels in the drugs, it's not going to cause addiction. But are they aware that prolonged use of medical drugs can cause addiction? And one question we want to ask them is that, are we going to India for drugs or for surgery? Because we're going to India for surgery is not to get the narcotic drugs. So the points of clash in this debate is that the definitions. So the team affirmatives come and give us the definition. Yes, we agree with their definition, but we do not agree with their case. Mark me, we don't agree with their case. For them, they're trying to decriminalize drug possession, which is very detrimental. We come and tell them, they come and then they tell us that they're borrowing a leaf from India, they're decriminalizing drugs to only the health sector, and they're going to limit drugs to only pharmaceutical firms, but we have asked them how they're going to supply it, and how are you going to monitor the use of drugs? We come and then we tell them that when we adopt the policy, it's going to emphasize drug addiction, dependence, and treatment issues. They don't talk about it. So we also told them that the increased supply of drugs can lead to the fall of the prices of the drugs. That will increase the number of people using the drugs. They say nothing about it. And dear panel, their third negator, she came and rebutted our points of dependency. She said that drug dependency can come about when a person overuses a drug. But we come up with a case and we tell them that instead of us using the narcotic drugs that they're trying to front for, we're going to use other drugs. For example, ibuprofen. It can be used as a painkiller, but for them they're fronting for things like morphine, which are actually addictive to us, but ibuprofen is actually free from any narcotic substance. It doesn't cause addiction to us. We come up with this question. We ask them, who will give out the drugs and who will possess the drugs?
You need it. What matters, is it the means of curing the disease or curing the disease?
Actually, the means of curing the disease actually also matters, because you might cure a disease and create another problem. Like you come and tell them, they are creating a problem and solving it. And for us team negatives, we're just trying to solve the problem at hand. That's by using alternative measures of drugs. So we come and then we tell them, we're going to re-energize drug enforcement agencies. For example, the Uganda police, which are going to monitor our case. So now, dear panel, we come and we're asking them this question. Is it the medical sector that will use the drugs? Because you don't tell us how the people are going to get the drugs. Not granted. So dear panel, the major point of clash in this debate has been the definition, whereby we agree with that definition but not with their case. And another point of clash in this debate has been the cause of addiction. Team affirmative don't know that addiction can be caused by prolonged use of drugs. Actually, to continue. And one other thing in our case that they didn't talk about completely, we came and then we said it's going to divert funds from the health sector to other sectors. So when we decriminalize the possession of drugs, it's going to divert the funds that you're going to use, and it's going to take it to the health sector. Funds that can be used in the education sector, the transport sector, is going to be diverted and going to be used in this sector. That's what they fail to understand. So we as team negatives, we front for use of other alternatives. For example, ibuprofen, which is a painkiller and can be used to cure pain. We also come and then we tell them that we don't want to cause addiction, and they fail to understand. So dear panel, ladies and gentlemen, with this, I beg to rest my case.
This is the High School Crossfire. We'll be back in a minute.